2019 NGK F1 Springfield, Ohio race. We're here with RJ West. Came all the way from California to come up here and race. You've been racing with the outboards and then you stepped up to 45s. First year in the F1s, kind of give me an experience of the change between the 45 and to the F1s.
It's a lot easier. Honestly, you have power to fix your mistakes and everything. In the 45, you got to be really smooth and drive it a certain way, and the boat's too small to span the big wakes and everything. So this thing, you have a lot of power to get over the water, and but you have to respect the speed because you're going 40 to 60 miles an hour faster than you are in the 45 as well.
And this is a brand new boat to you, correct? And what is the hull make on this one?
This is my own design. This is a Composite Craft F1 tunnel hull. We've had a lot of success with the SST 45s, and now with Skelton Racing, we've stepped up and produced this boat starting in November of last year, working on the plug, working on R&D, racing the plug in Texas, and then had the new boat in Ohio. And so now we're here 30 races in, learning, getting the balance right, and trying to get it competitive.
I did watch you on both test sessions, and you do seem to float it quite high. Is that one of your strategies? Is just trying to pack air underneath it?
That's a SST 45 thing. We got no power, so you really got to run a 45 just about to where it crashes, and it's works okay in the F1, but I got to try to keep reeling myself in and be smooth. I'm overdriving it right now, but once I get into a rhythm in the race, I kind of tell myself to calm down. But it's easier to get somebody to calm down than it is to break them free. So I mean, it's okay where we're at right now.
Well, we run F1s here. We're running in Springfield, Ohio, but we also run internationally. You've been lucky enough to be able to go overseas. Kind of tell us what your experiences were and who you drove or who you were crewing for overseas.
I worked for the Qatar Marine Sports Federation over there, and I worked with Alex Carella, Sean Tereni, Jay Price as the drivers, and I worked as a composite and race support. Worked all over the world, raced in the United Arab Emirates, Brazil, Finland, Russia, everywhere, and what it's afforded me is to see how they do it over there. Info is priceless, so to see how they build their boats, to see how they design their boats. This boat here behind me is all UIM compliant, has crash boxes. This thing can race in Europe, complete composite boat, and hopefully we can maybe try to obsolete some of the boats here. We'll see. But yeah, it's just really afforded me a lot of knowledge, just keep my eyes open and my ears open and learn as much as I can while I was over there.
So being with that, now racing with the F1s, is there any future of maybe seeing you traveling across seas and trying to race over there?
That'd be great. We'll see, but the first thing would be to maybe try to get one of these boats over there in the F2 series first, with running the Optimax motor. So we're angling towards that. I got a guy that's maybe interested in getting one over there. So, we're going to work at that. But right now, main thing is refine it and get it better every race, get it drivable. And, I've had a lot of help from Sean, giving me ideas of how to drive it and, how to set it up and everything. And we worked real well to get together over there. So, hopefully it equates into some success. We've just, we've had a little bit of beginner's bad luck, but really successful year so far.
So far in the 2019 series for you. And you and I were just watching a video where you got a little bit of a stress crack on there at Bay City. Bay City's a lot different race course than what we're running today. Bay City, you're running just a regular oval course on a river. With the test session or with the racing there versus the test session you did here, what kind of strategy changes are you going to make? What kind of setup changes are you going to make between the two races?
Well, Bay City is basically two drag strips with a U-turn at the end and real high speeds in the straightaway. So it's not really technical. It's more if you're willing to keep your foot on the ground and see if you'll make it to the corner. Whereas here, this is really technical. In Bay City, you come out of the corner, you point at the next buoy, you go down there and you turn. Here, you got to plan 3 turns ahead because of the right-hand turn. You have to be planning your lap as you start it. You can't just go to the next pin and turn, especially with traffic. So it's really technical. So it's kind of taxing on the body because instead of 2 turns, you have 5. And also it's taxing mentally because you really got to think, where you're going to go. And then when you throw another couple of boats in front of you that you're trying to make a move on, you have to try to figure out where you're going to be able to catch them and pass them with all the short straightaways and the hairpin turns. So it's fun. I think it's really a nice change. It's nice to run different tracks and it makes the drivers better for sure.
Well, and they run a little bit different. Typically in boat racing, you usually run a 3-lap race, or with the F1s, in the past we've run 30-lap races. And here with the NGK F1 series, they actually run minutes on your heats. Can you kind of explain to our fans the new strategy that they're coming up with?
Well, mainly it's to help the drivers and crews with fuel, because you're going to run 18 minutes whether you run 20 laps or 8 laps, you know. So it helps with getting the fuel right. It helps with the TV and the social media part of it, because you know how long the race is going to be. It helps with the driver because, you know, it's hard sometimes. So, you know, there's 8 laps down, you know, and it's hard to equate how long that's going to be. Well, they tell you there's 5 minutes left to run. That gives you a little better idea of, you know, how much longer you're going to be running, how much energy you need to save, or how much you need to push to try to get the guy in front of you.
Right. So we've got more testing tomorrow, and then we'll start with our qualifying, and then we go to heat racing. It's a 3-day program, and here at Springfield, most of our races are. So we want to wish you good luck, and congratulations on all of your international driving, and we hope to see you maybe over racing against your buddy Sean Torrente someday.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great guy, a good motivating driver, and we're lucky enough with the F1 series to have people like you and like him that have been able to bring the international side back and forth and be able to combine together to make F1 what it is today. And congratulations on stepping up to the F1s, and we look forward to seeing you out on the course later on this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.